I'm also curious what the first item's going to be for Rudy. Okay, it's very typical of an offlaner, like, you know, any strength offlaner this kind of looks like to me. I thought perhaps we were going to see Bottle first, which is what I've been seeing a lot of, lots of Pudge players go for, or a couple of them. There it is.
Rudy.
Signature! Ah, okay. There we go. A little bit of banter once again.
You're all right.
Some friendly exchange of words between the Jordanians, pardon me, Afro and Rudy, hailing both from Jordan. Very cool. Speaking a little bit of Arabic, I believe, in the games 1 and 2. So if you, I don't know, maybe someone wants to translate those for us, that they're particularly spicy, but I'm sure it was just some friendly ribbon.
Yeah, that was very friendly.
Both the early smokes are not going to pan out. Wards being set up here. Crucial vision game, actually, right? Versus a Pudge, I would say.
Yep, like it's hard to dodge hooks. It's possible, of course, with the sleight of fist, but it's better if you can see him coming.
Oh, true. Sleight of fist. Assuming you have enough creeps around, right? Which may be an issue in this mid lane. Fights seem to be starting here. Well. Rudy, the ghost on Arkosh. Of course, Gremlo, also a bit of a Pudge fanatic. He stands Pudge. And, of course, Rudy's not going to be too incentivized to take hook in the mid lane. It's not as bad, you know, because you do get XP faster, but it's not ideal either. Pale Horse is going to bail out from this one. Surprised he doesn't just TP. Yeah, that's what's there he goes.
Yeah.
Monkey, in the meantime, is actually giving them a bit of a run for their money, and by that I mean he's taking them for a run. Will they end up getting this kill? Afro cannot connect with him on the LSA. Nico is too busy laning here, so it's going to be Empyrean sent after him to try and pick up this kill. But Maiden, slow and as squishy as a slug, is not going to be able to actually get this kill.
Molasses. So yeah, she'll just TP over to the top lane, and now already used up her entire mana pool. That's a rough start to the laning stage for her.
That is a very rough
At the
start.
very least, though, Aframush is going to get this kill.
Last auto attack, that's not enough. Oh, just barely not enough. And then he had Fairy Fire too. Monkey didn't even flinch. And well, Afro's gonna reveal his ward. He likes this early aggressive ward. That'll reveal the presence. Yeah, and Afro's gonna go ahead and just get rid of that one. Will Pale Horse feed his courier? No. Okay, Afro's gonna deny the ward, and he's not gonna make any other play at it. Oh, let me pull up Blast. And yeah, that's actually kind of a big deal, isn't it? That Maiden comes here with very little mana, because this is a hero that otherwise completely wrecks classic Beastmaster. You know, Boars, Crystal Maiden will actually kill those things relatively easily.
Exactly, and we haven't seen the boar build in the lane, or at least not on the early levels immediately. We usually see 2 points in axes before that point comes out now, but I would be surprised if he goes into the boar at all versus the CM.
I actually really like Gremlo's build this game as well, and I really think Wild Axes are the choice versus the Phantom Assassin. If for all of the matchup reasons, but the one I'd like to highlight in particular, and bringing up the item build here of Gremlo, is the Magic Wand. Full Magic Wand into 3 GG branches and then tangos early is his starting build, and this allows him to spam all the axes he needs versus Aaron, who otherwise really struggles versus this high amount of magic damage.
Yep.
Aaron expecting it though, so a stick of his own to start off, and he'll be able to stay alive, but it's going to facilitate some very easy CSing, to say the least, for Gremlo. And speaking of builds, the skill build for Pudge is me of some interest here. 0-2-1, so no points at all in the meat hook. Normally in side lane Pudges you see like 1-2-1 or 1-2-0 even this early.
Yep. The utility is just too great to actually skip. The forcible displacement is the best in the game. If you hit a hook, you bring a hero into a position where he has never been before without you having to be out of position either.
And there's Aaron getting a kill top lane. Good trading overall. Empyrean on the run. There's the wand pops. So Gremlo wanting to commit for this kill. Maiden though, I mean, that she was half HP, but she's only got 600 of it. Can they cancel the salve? Yes, they will, and that's Maiden back down to half HP. That is sadness for her. Those at least get a couple of mangoes delivered, courtesy of Aaron.
A little bit of health regen there, and she also gets to her level 3 now, so we will have the Arcane Aura there, and her spam will ramp up.
Very nice as well for her entire team.
Rudy is getting pressured.
Yeah, Rudy maybe even being killed. He's got hook. Pure damage onto Nico. Red 2 picks up the kill though, as he's able to die, facilitating the use of the creep wave. But down bottom, there's action, and this is Pale Horse getting a double. No, not getting a double kill. Pardon me. No points in take aim. Forgot this is the build he likes to go for. 2-2-0, a little bit of a lane dominator. So not able to really outrange the DK by much, but it does make for some easier kills. And perhaps got a little bit too cheeky underneath the tower to go in for some denies, as it is still a sniper after all. And, oh, the Stompy, they're going to try and trigger the Stompy here. I think that's why Empyrean goes so close, but Paradise actually now finds himself in trouble as the Cogs displacing him as well as Pale Horse are going to allow them to turn. That's a kill on Empyrean in the top lane, by the way, so the Salve cancel making a bit of a big deal now as Aaron needs someone to, Phantom Strike 2, and will at least get his maiden back.
Yeah, Buckler now for this this Beastmaster as well, going into the early armor items here just to help both him and his laning partner sustain versus the PA jumps.
Yeah, good point.
Buckler
Normally,
is so cost effective.
you see the Beastmasters go for the Helm of the Iron Will, but this is a different Beastmaster, of course. Neo Beastmaster.
A Vlad's Rush. Still feels kind of wild, but especially versus a burst damage lineup, which between a Lina and a PA, yeah, you're kind of looking at that.
Yep.
The Wraith Pact is just too good to ignore.
Yeah, the damage mitigation super good. Giving your sniper as well that upgraded Vlad's AoE is amazing, as generally, those two heroes not standing too close together in the fights. Bit of fighting now as top lane. They're going to try and get through these infused range up charges. Doing a pretty good job, but again, the Phantom Strike, a good positioning from Empyrean, getting them out of harm's way for now, but Gremlo will give chase. Wild Axes, pardon me, they're wilds, they're not whirling, are going to, no, not hit Empyrean. They swing wide, a little bit of fancy footwork, and this is most certainly some good space created here for the PA, even if it is going to be the maiden dying a second time. Mid lane, Rudy is being ganked as well.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to scout Lina, though, with the help of the mid lane ward, but Red 2 is going to go a diving, and it looks like Pudge is going to end up falling for a second time.
Yeah, once he's behind in this lane, getting shoved out with the Flame Guard, you're going to have to start using that hook to get last hits on the range creeps, which is not fantastic. You're just left with tools to actually shove that wave out and avoid getting run down under your tower like that.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I don't know how I feel about Pudge in the mid lane these days, only because I think, yes, while the additional experience, of course, does him very nicely, because then he's even more of a monster when he decides to start ganking, it comes at the cost of your laning stage being substantially more difficult. There's no trees for you to really hide around. There's usually vision in the mid lane, so you can't really use high ground to your advantage. And it's a short lane, which means that even if you do end up getting a good hook into rot, enemies have to run far less, and the towers are much closer for reinforcements. It doesn't strike me as the ideal lane anymore for Pudge.
No. No, versus Ember Spirit as well, who you can't really get through the Flame Guard. Only 2 points for Nico, but that's enough to make sure that the Pudge never gets through it without significantly damaging his own health.
Yeah.
Look at this, he's just shoved away again.
Pudge's health is this Ember Spirit willing to dive under tower. It triggers a TP at the least, and a hook is going to connect. Oh, cookie stun. They gave it a good effort there. It's one of those plays that you need to pre-cast, though, and they did not do so, allowing Nico... No, he's going to actually get eaten. They can't interrupt because they've already used the stun, but they still have plenty of HP remaining on Nico. That's going to trigger now a third TP over to the mid lane as Crow uses the one stick charge he had to stay alive. It's Gremlo cutting through the trees with the axes as Afro going in deep. Signs himself stunned by a cookie into the roar now, but it's Nico who secures the kill as he TPs now next to the tier 2 tower. Afro might end up getting away with this one. She is very speedy here on the Lina. Gremlo's got enough mana here for one more throw of the axes, and that's actually not going to be enough damage onto Afro. In fact, they look to turn. Nico's back from his trip to the fountain, full HP and mana, as Rudy is going to start eating this Crystal Maiden. Seems like he'll at least be able to get a full meal out of that one. Finally, with a kill onto the Pudge, the first of hopefully many for him. Flesh Heap Stacks, a great hook there onto the Lina. The LSA comes through. He gets the kill. Flesh Heap Stack number 2, as Nico still fighting in this mid lane. He's going to start getting peeped by Pale Horse, who runs over on Sniper from the bottom lane. Nico out of mana, running out of life. Oh, a very nice dodge there. Gets off a bottle sip, canceled early. Pale Horse still giving chase. And I think Nico makes it out alive here. Oh, Pale Horse.
Maybe? He has 20 seconds left on his TP.
Oh, good job.
But that's more than the shrapnel. Yeah.
He knows his trees. He's going to get out. There's no vision here by Arkosh. In fact, it's going to be 2 base with vision, and Nico makes it out alive and even gets the 8-minute power rune. That's some incredible play by him.
Yeah, and now he's 7-0-0. Like, just every single kill that just happened on the mid lane, they're all his.
And you know what? That's huge, right? Because if Pale Horse kills him, that's like 500-600 gold to a sniper for free. Instead,
oh, no free lunches today.
Gremlo is going to go back to this top lane where him and Crow get to work on trying to shut down Aaron, who's received a lot of free space. Kisses raining down with the axes. That's an easy kill, but here comes revenge. Afro, the Maiden sisters, or at least Lena and Crystal Maiden, are going to use the power of teamwork, friendship, sisterhood, as well as lots of magic damage to take down the Grandma. As Pale Horse is going to get a kill down bottom on a Paradise, at least.
Nice.
It's a pretty big one. I thought that was Marcy in this little portrait. That's actually a DK, who we have not seen a lot of action out of this game, which is not unusual considering I guess he's DK.
Yeah, I was about to say, the only time DK is any action at all is in the anime.
Wow, that's very true. Gremlo is out of range there, didn't have the roar. Anyway, the last auto attack up from Lena gets the kill. Nice scatter blast onto 2, courtesy of Crow, but no follow-up there. Even if Imperial wants to dive the tier 1 tower. Highly unadvisable, though. Maybe even resulted in a kill, because here's Monkey. Has hook shot, perfectly finds Lena. Not enough mana for Cog pushback, even with the stick charges, so that he get the job done the old-fashioned way, or at least with a cookie. But it's the auto attack from Monkey that will pick up the kill. Haste rune for Nico. He's immediately going down bottom here. Pale Horse in trouble. They TP 2 heroes top lane already, so really not too many heroes can rotate to help them. And in fact, no one's even going to bother. This Pale Horse will simply die.
Yeah, that's Paradise's revenge right there. And the catapult wave is coming in. That feels really good for your DK.
That it does. The second cast of Elder Dragon form looking to be a bit more successful than the first, which resulted in his death. Although Tower is still looking much worse for wear and very likely to fall here in the siege. Okay, Laguna top lane is for Monkey. That's a pretty good cogs. That'll push back Nico, making this catch a bit harder. And we're giving chase, though, with the phase boots. Bottom tower demolished in the meantime, as Gremlo will TP back towards the top lane. Mid, Rudy is hunting for a hook here. Would be a big one if he can catch Aaron. Oh, but it's already missed, pardon. Top, I hear Nico jumping around. Finds himself trapped in cogs. Imperial is going to secure the kill there. Could have been an 8th for Nico, who now finds himself short on mana. Rudy has hook in a second here. He's probably just going to have to use it here for the kill onto the Maiden, as Nico is safely away with the move speed slow that Maiden provides.
Nico already had his 8th, though. No, don't worry about him.
Very true. He needs his 9th. We need him to be godlike here on the Ember Spirit. It's a hook ready.
Yeah, godlike before 15 minutes is always a pretty... And he's got a lot of minutes left to make that goal, so...
That he does. I mean, he just needs the 1. And given that you've got some great kill potential on your supports with the Maiden as well as the Lena, yeah, it seems fairly likely. The sisterhood of the traveling ganks.
Yeah, normally I'm not a fan of this support duo, just because neither of them have any good defensive capabilities once somebody's on top of them, especially not for like big AoE ults. You could just catch them both, kill them both, you know? 2 flies, 1 blow, but big AoE ults are rather out of fashion right now, it seems.
I think there's a Blink coming to Paradise right now. They're not going to need it for their simple kill onto the Clockwork. Not the worst outcome here for Arkosh Gaming, who otherwise now trapped 2 inside the cog. Oh, the hook's just a bit slow, unfortunately, from Rudy. Couldn't quite catch him. And in fact, now he's going to be torn apart. Nico, looking for the godlike streak, is going to get it there. Beyond godlike on a double kill, almost getting the 3rd. 10-0 and 2 now. Looking for an additional. There's his 11th of the game, well before 15 minutes in. Paradise giving chase, will sacrifice his life and limb here for the kill onto Crow. Not even needed to do so as he turns around and avoids the kill. That's an ultra kill for Nico, his 12th kill of this game. And this one is going all for 2 bases.
15 under 15?
Wow.
Anyone?
Yeah, Forbes 15 under 15. That's unbelievable.
Yeah. Do you think that Nico would be very lonely on that list? Because I have not seen one player ball this hard for years.
It's a start, and the hook's not going to catch him either. In fact, it's going to suss out Rudy's position as he tries to hit him with the dismember. Good job keeping his spacing, though, as Nico instead is going to turn, try and assist Lena, who does die here to the hook shot. Another hook in 4 more seconds. Maiden running for her life, trying to evade the hook. Does dodge it, Empyrean. He's had to play against a couple of griefers in the NA server, namely Grumlow, and he's going to be able to sidestep that one.
Was not born yesterday.
No, he wasn't. In fact, there's the jump in, the blink reveal. It's a good one. Is this going to be now 13 for Nico? No. Secured instead by the right clicks of Paradise. Might as well keep stacking them on, though. I mean, at this stage, right, the gold streak that you get for killing Nico remains the same, I believe.
But he does seem to be aware of it. He's not taking any undue risks here, TPing back several times, stepping back out of situations where a less cautious player could have definitely gone in.
Eternal Shroud coming up soon. Pudge, though, with plenty of magic resist now. Eternal Shroud, by the way, an Omega strong item now that they buffed casually the magic resist by a whole 5%, which is additive, I believe, with the base hero magic resist for a total of quite literally 50% magic resist casually. Yeah, it's pretty good, not to mention the damage block Pudge gets with the Flesh Heap active. Did get buffed by, I think, like 5% as well. 8%, even more. Yeah.
Such a hard kill right now.
It is hard. Raining down the kisses. They're going to try and make it happen into the hook shot as well. They might just have the damage to Red 2, and they do. That is going to be then Crow picking up 869 gold, and our 15 under 15 goal has been completely cleared. Could be the beginning, perhaps, of the turnaround story here for Arkosh, as now they gather around for the Tier 1 tower push, only to be repelled here by the Glyph. But Ember is still dead for 30, and does not have a remnant.
Got Pulse alive.
So this could still be the push that Arkosh needs to equalize here. Without a Tier 1 tower of their own, things continue to look spicy if they cannot get a little bit of map pressure for themselves. A hook, sorry, not being that a blink stun there onto Paradise. Very hopeful here, as Afro is the only follow-up, and he is not going to be sufficient, even with a second LSA stun. Tower will fall, but it's an additional kill onto a core for Arkosh Gaming, who can begin to try and stabilize this game.
Yeah, Aaron was really not having any of that. He's flying in the Battle Fury right now. There's no way he was going to risk his farm acceleration point.
Yep. And not
by going into 4 people.
Not a poorly timed Battle Fury by any means. I think this is 16 is pretty good, right, with full treads and no Wraith Band.
Standard.
Yeah. But he has had probably what? It feels like maybe 9 minutes of quite literal free farm at this stage, while Gremlo has been rotating around the map. Good effort there by Monkey. And the bounty for killing Nico is still quite high, as Nico does jump into the Cox. Hook nicely avoided there by the Sleight of Fist. That may have just coincided, to be honest, but they also did have vision of Rudy there, so unlikely not now that I examine it further. But yeah, I mean, good timing here for the PA Battle Fury. So even if Nico was to start falling off pretty hard here, which doesn't seem to be the case after that kill mid, you've got still a nice backup plan beginning to brew.
Yeah. I was about to say, I must have missed something here. What did the Snap spend her money on? But she went for the Scatterblast upgrade. So, immediate shard out from that kill streak that she picked up on Nico.
I kind of like it, right? I think this makes sense, because if a Pudge can land a hook, you know, you don't need Blink. You bring the enemies to you, and having that immediate follow-up stun, rather than Cookie, which has already missed once out of the hook combo, I think it gives you a lot more viability to making this work. Okay, scan is Arkosh's. It's going to reveal this smoke gank now coming, but Paradise is ready with the Blink Dagger. That is until it gets cancelled by the Bora Poison. Elder Dragon Form in 3 seconds, as 2 base are going to be repelled on their first effort to interrupt this road. It's not the fastest one here from Arkosh, but they will get it done eventually. They're not going to reapply here the armor shred here. So it seems like Arkosh will be left to their own devices, which will be Aegis #1 into the hands of likely Pale Horse.
Yeah, it should be.
Good vision setup. They're going to look to punish immediately. Breathe Fire does catch Pale Horse. Those damage output severely limited now as Kisses raining down are going to force back Paradise, but they got what they came for. You know, if it means sacrificing the Observer, we're happy with that. At least one little kill in exchange for really not much use, just a Laguna.
Yeah, and you could see Arkosh hesitating there because they knew they had trouble going up that high ground. So stayed out of dodge until they were sure they were not actually going to get jumped upon by APA.
Ooh, good effort.
And now retook their positioning.
Good effort on the range creep. Trying to connect onto Nico. But he'll avoid that one fairly easily. Now the Wraith Pact is done. Brown Boots, Wand, actually it was Wand, Brown Boots, I should say, into the Wraith Pact here for Gremlo. And I think this is a smoke. It is indeed. Again, still no blink, so we're relying essentially on the hook shots, the skill shots from Arkosh to be able to win these fights. And it's actually Pale Horse who breaks the smoke. He is trying to slow Nico, but can't do really much considering he's a sniper, so instead hook shot is reserved for the Maiden. Furion not yet quite killed though, and in fact might live inside the cogs as the team fight falling apart in the backline thanks to the jump of Paradise. Nico as well doing the damage as Pale Horse falls on his first life. The buyback is there, but Empyrean getting off the ulti, really letting it go. Arkosh, Gremlo nearly out of range, but it's going to be cleaved down by the dagger. He will fall. Crow having bought back, trying to get through Paradise, but all that bonus armor on the Dragon's Blood, all the plot armor, I should say, keeping him alive. And this seems to be Kip's a dieback, and in fact with the kill going to Nico, that's 16 total for him this game. And only the Lina ends up falling there. Even the Maiden, who looked like minced meat after the hookshot, is able to stay alive.
Yeah. I mean, that looked more like plot armor. Clearly they knew that the Maiden needed to be alive in order to turn that team fight. That is hugely impactful ultimate, and they just barely didn't have the damage to bring it down the first time.
Radiant's middle tower is under
They did
attack.
not. This is going to be Aegis not only removed, but the follow-up life that is completely claimed. Things.
Well, at least they might get Paradise.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Paradise eventually will fall, pardon me, as Monkey and Gremlo will make a fairly quick work of him, considering it's a DK. Tower down, however, in the bottom lane, and jungle control for, TOOBASED is going to be a concern for Arkosh. You can see Gremlo not too keen on adventuring too far into his jungle, where there is vision unknown to him. Same could be said, though, currently of Arkosh, who now can see Nico farming in their jungle. Ooh, another hook. Hook is unfortunately not going to hit there out from Rudy. Has not been too flashy here on the punch hooks, I would say, this game. Not going to be one
Definitely not yet.
for the We Are Electric with this gameplay. Not really going to pair too nicely, but he still has time to turn it around. Nico, on the other hand, catching two there, and is going to bait out what sounded like a drums charge from Snapfire, being the last one, in fact. Is going to be pretty happy with his performance so far this game, and in fact so much so that they're going to go right back on in where they still have vision here. Monkey killed off before he can get the D-ward, making this fight likely untenable for Gremlo, who is going to not be able to even get off the roar. Nico playing well around that, and now that frees up for the kill onto the sniper. A good hook will finally connect onto Pale Horse, right back down into the LSA. Now in trouble is Rudy, completely perma-stunned, could not even activate the Flesh Heap active. Oh, and this one, it's looking like a reversal of game 2, Kips, but compared to game 2, TOOBASED scale nicely. They can do damage, they can siege, they have just an overall good draft out from the lanes. And a nice little laugh, of course, Rudy, the brother of Effie.
Radiant's middle tower.
That's gotta feel good.
I've gotten so used to hearing that voice line that I didn't even connect the dots until just now, but a very well-used voice line there for Paradise.
Yep. And
that's
just backing off after the tower. They're really not in a hurry, but why would they be? You got, again, 3 jumping heroes versus Sniper. This guy hasn't even had to use her BKB yet, I don't think. No? Fresh as a daisy.
I don't know if Rudy is the younger or the older brother of Effie, of Mira. But I can tell you, as someone who has both a younger and an older sister, if I got taunted by literally a clip of my sister's laugh, that would tilt me beyond imagination. I gotta be completely honest with you.
Yeah. I have 2 sisters as well, and yes, same.
And here's Pale Horse. Speaking of tilt, Laguna Blade to the face, down he goes. Monkey doing his best here. He's going to hold inside the Lina, hone the kisses damage with the residual bit. They will at least get a kill there onto Lina. It ain't much, but it's at least something that'll slow the push here. But by how much as Gremlo TP's basically into his death, gets off the roar. Perhaps this is even a life off of Aaron, but not quite as he basically shrugs off the little shredder. That'll trigger a buyback from Gremlo, but even the tower hits can't touch Aaron. TOOBASED will simply back off, not losing really too much here.
Yeah, and as a sniper, you're now in the unenviable position where you are still your team's damage, but also you can't afford to buy more damage, because you need to protect yourself. So BKB coming, maybe eventually the shard for the concussive grenade as extra protective measures. I guess it's an important spell to get, but none of that is damage, and your teammate's getting mowed down around you, and you gotta build like a Shadow Blade at some point to deal with this PA.
Now, nobody wins.
And Pujags, when it's online and 1,500 more gold, is certainly an additional damage. Regrettably ignored by BKB, and well, so far they have been having some control issues, it would seem, for Arkosh, right? PA, Nico, very well. I mean, the deaths speak for themselves, right? 2 for PA, 1 in the lane, and Ember as well with only the 1, as he might in fact go godlike twice this game. He had 12 kills on his first life, right? So he's already at 7, I think. That would certainly be impressive. Going godlike twice in a game, that's got to be a fairly rare stat, I imagine, especially in professional Dota.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to imagine a game where you go godlike more than once.
He is electric.
Oh, he is electric.
Oh, it just blinks on the sniper.
And there's Pale Horse. And this one's going to be taken out behind the barn, and he's not coming back from that one. Down he goes. 2 dead just like that. Smokeank, yet again, successful out from TOOBASED. It's just all simply coming together for them. Rudy, 1 component away now from the Acceptor, as Nico with the haste is still giving chase. Gremlo, I don't want to say just bought back, but recently bought back. So that would have been extremely painful for him. And speaking of pain, this net worth graph or charts even, is simply pain. 4 heroes straight. Lina once again out farming Paradise, which is again not hard to do on a Lina, I suppose. But 4 heroes straight, top of the net worth charts here. And then Maiden, of course, all the way far back. Still.
Yeah, but, you know,
it's Maiden.
And these buildings dropping like flies.
Hook is gonna hit. They don't have an immediate interrupt either. That's a big dismember underneath the tower, but the team fight still not going too well. They've trapped Aaron inside. Gremlo this time, he's gonna get off the roar as they do cancel the freezing field with the damage. Another hook. Aaron almost getting caught by that one, but has the Phantom Strike away thanks to Nico, who is actually out of remnants here, Kips. That's a scatter blast for the slow. You know, you gotta be in range for the stun, and Pale Horse is gonna get hit by the cleave of that dagger and go, actually, maybe not, guys. I think I want to go farm top. But he is farming Kip, still under a ward.
Yeah, I wonder if they want to go for that. Just make their way over, see who hangs around.
They should know this is ward as well. Clockwork died trying to get this D ward.
Aaron's going.
The rune of illusion.
Is Rudy going to be here in time to save any?
No, I don't think so. Okay, they still see Pale Horse. I almost said a YouTube Dota2 content creator. They can suspect very reasonably he's farming this camp, and now with Blur ending, Aaron, he's going to make the jump, and this almost certainly is death. A good effort with the concussive grenade, and in fact, maybe they turn. Monkey is here. Pushback as well is pretty good, and Monkey says, take me instead, you coward. Fight me. Afro says, yes, certainly I will, and with Nico closing the gap, Nico is not going to get the kill, instead going to Aaron. Still have that 7-kill streak bonus, though, on his second life, now that he's only respawned the once. And even though it's not the kill onto Pale Horse they wanted, they have really separated this team fight still. Dive Bomb Hawk is going to connect, but there's going to be Gremlo going down. That's the dieback penalty applied. They've gotten wind as well that there's a Pale Horse in the area. And unlike the Pequod, they will not be stopped on this journey to end its life. Down he goes.
Horse sausage this game. And they're not done.
No, they are not.
Ah, it's my kills.
Yeah, Rudy is going to at least get off Eternal Shroud, so he does absorb a bit of this damage. Oh, hello, Aaron.
Bit of what?
That was fast.
Decisive.
That was a decisive.
Violence.
Rudy's going to pause.
I didn't see that coming.
I know.
Well, if that is true, and I doubt it is because of that :D, courtesy of Rudy, that is going to make for a very, very good content video. But unfortunately, not a whole lot of other highlights for Arkosh this game, it appears, Kips, especially now staring down the 21k net worth deficit.
Sometimes you just find out that actually you were not the oh god, Crow is just dying here. Sometimes you find out that you're not in fact the main character, and all you were a comeback arc for the actual heroes of the game. And that's what this feels like.
Indeed it does. Pale Horse needing an MKB as well this game. Struggling to make use of the damage. However, this game so far has a very casual bit of True Strike, right? This 30% does, you know, you can, if you proc Maelstrom or Basher, you cannot miss the attack, or their upgrades, therefore, right? You cannot miss the attack. It always hits. 30% though does not cut it versus a PA. That's good enough versus like a casual Halberd, maybe a Radiance, right? But like, not Blur. Not with 85% evasion.
No.
Oh, Paradise, he's testing the BKB.
Absolutely ridiculous.
That was scouted as well, actually. They know that he doesn't have BKB.
Should take it cool for now. Again, they are definitely not in a hurry. This game is PA. Finish off her Aghanim Scepter. Like that. That's one of the few things in this game, like it's inherently imbalanced in the fact that there is no counterplay.
Crow having a fun time this game. They know that they're coming. The smoke is here. This one more clearly telegraphed than most smoke ganks. Thanks to the alt chat, and it looks like Maiden will be eaten alive by Rudy. Stunned up though immediately as follow-up, and there's already Pale Horse dead. Dismember canceled as well. They're trying to get through Paradise, and it seems like they'll do that. At least it's a 3 for 2 make that, but buybacks are now coming through as Crow is cut down before the cookie could even connect. Afro as well is going to live through the punch damage, even getting broken. And that is a wipe once again here in favor of TOOBASED, and that one just could be the last. Nico.
Yeah, Aaron didn't even pop his BKB in that fight. Just unnecessary.
Couple more, a little bit spicy alt chat. I believe that is now without a doubt Nico going beyond godlike twice in this game. 24-1 and 18. And this one camps all but over, as even Afro refusing to die there. The Yule Scepter use keeping him alive, but this appears to be the series going the way of TOOBASED.
Yeah, and I love that kind of old chat, right? In pubs as well, where you're like, oh my god, you Archon, you're so bad. And it's like, you got match made with me. Here as well, like, we're both in Division 2, buddy.
They both find themselves in Division 2. For right now, though, I would venture a guess that TOOBASED are enjoying this game a bit more than Arkosh. Although, again, watching their content videos, that's not necessarily guaranteed. I've never heard them happier. Pardon me, that one snuck up on me even. I've never heard them happier than when they killed Arteezy once in their matchup. They were so overjoyed, and then of course they lost that match.
Actually, I wanted to say obviously, but that's not obvious at all. Not the hook.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, the save is instant. Rudy at least gets off his damage resistance. He's living a while, but not going to be too much longer as he's used up, sent back down, and dropped. Pale Horse, the last one to go. Aaron, not even going to die, not even going to lose this Aegis. All 5 dead here from Arkosh, but they never throw in the towel. They never quit. They're going to give it their all kips here, as that's going to be a respawn. Aegis is deleted.
Nice.
Monkey, however, is soon to follow suit, and there's GG. Now as Arkosh throw in the towel, and it's going to be the 2-1 victory for simply TOOBASED.
Yeah, the very deserved between the comeback in game.